I'm chilling today, so that's not the full, face beat, nothing. I'm like, you gonna get
Yeah,
this
yeah,
after
yeah.
lunch lipstick.
Welcome to the Swell Suite, everybody. So, we're gonna do a little something different today. It's just me and Tanisha today. She is gonna give us a recap on Champagne Week and tell us all about what she did and uh, about champagne. Tanisha,
Oh, okay. That's what I'm doing. All right. I hope there's some
that
questions in
is.
there to make sure I
Oh,
hit all the
please,
key points.
do tell people where they can follow you. I always forget introductions. I'll do mine after you do yours.
Oh, I do too. I'm like, what? Y'all don't know me, huh?
Right.
Anyway, I'm Tanisha from Glass, and you can find me pretty much on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Uh, my blog is at girlmeetsglass.com. I'm loads of fun on Snapchat when I actually am doing stuff and,
Mm-hmm.
in an exciting life. But yeah, check me out, see what's going on with me, anything what I'm drinking all around Paris and beyond.
Yeah, yeah. I'm Sarita, guys. You can follow me at Vine Me Up on pretty much all social media, even Snapchat. My blog is vinemeupdc.com. What else? You can follow the Swell Suite on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And you can follow our episodes on YouTube if you want to see our brown faces. Or you can follow us as a podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. So please subscribe, comment, like, do all that good stuff. And it is
So things do
morning.
them.
It's morning, so I'm drinking tea. Tanisha just finished lunch, so yeah, we're doing things on her time today.
Yeah. Thanks. Normal hours.
Mm-hmm.
Usually I got like actual natural light coming in
Right.
because usually it's
Yeah.
late in the midnight hour.
Yes.
I have a
Yeah.
dumb halogen lamp, so it's harsh. But yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I'm up. I'm doing things, and
Yay.
today worked out because it's a holiday today. So
And
I am
what is
off
the holiday?
today
Yes,
again.
they were the
Yep.
holiday.
So this is the holiday where this signals the end of the war, where France beat Nazi Germany.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they're celebrating. The other holiday last Monday was May Day, which is May 1st,
Uh-huh.
and that's their equivalent of Labor Day.
Oh, okay.
So Fête du Travail. So that's their Labor Day. Yeah.
Hmm.
So not gonna complain about 2 Mondays off.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Long
awesome.
weekend. Yeah, and my Tuesday client is late, so 4 days.
Wow.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Yeah.
That is
That gives me
awesome.
time to work on my business
There you
stuff.
go.
So yeah.
There you go. I mean, you're all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and look like you've been
Right,
hitting the
you see how
streets.
different I am? Right, you see how different I am when it's like 2 in the afternoon as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to 2 in the morning?
Yes, yes, yes. Big
Like I'm
difference.
up, like I got on real clothes. Y'all be
Mm-hmm.
coming to me live from my pajamas.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yes.
So, tell us all
Yes.
about Champagne Week and how you discovered it and how long you've been going.
Okay, so Champagne Week or Printemps de Champagne is and they say a week. It's not really a full week, but it's a lot of days in the week
Mm-hmm.
where they have these champagne tastings for people in the industry and the trade and
Mm-hmm.
professionals only.
Mm-hmm.
It is where regions of Champagne host events. There are different wineries and champagne houses that will open their doors
Oh,
to
wow.
come in for tastings and for winery tours and vineyard tours. You can talk to some of the vineyards. There are master classes. I
Mm.
mean, just about anything you could think of. And so there are some events that everybody wants to go to, and those are the to see and be
Mm-hmm.
seen events.
Mm-hmm.
Then there are a couple of wine bars in, because it's in Reims, which is
Okay.
spelled Reims. So for
Oh, okay.
forever, I was like, oh, Reims.
Right.
So thank you, French people, for straightening me all the way
Because
out.
I don't know. I say reams.
Right. So if you say Reims, and they're like, oh, well, they'll look at you like, where are you talking about? What are
Mm.
you talking? Because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? Huh? It's not a N in there. So why is it? Anyway, France. Whatever. So it's like one like dope wine bar, and it's
Mm-hmm.
literally called Le Wine Bar. So the wine bar is
Yeah.
the name of it. and it's like where everybody is. It's another restaurant, the Glue Pot, where a lot of people go after, and then Au Bon Manger. Now, I'm not gonna support that place, and I already told you this story, but I'm not going there. They're not getting my money.
Okay.
But that place does exist, and you can go and buy wine or whatever. The popular events are the Club Tresor, Boozy Rouge, which a lot of people don't think of the Champagne region as making like completely red wines. But Boozy, they are more known for their Pinot Noir and Pinot Meunier, so you get a lot of sparkling red wines and then some still red wines out of that region. Some delicious things. I actually did a YouTube video there at the tasting last year. And so I'll have to send you the link to that one. I'll look it up on YouTube and then send you the link to that.
Sure.
So that event is always fun. The Terre et Vin, which is land and wines event. The Bulls and Bio, so champagne, Bio style champagnes.
Wait,
That's
what does
always
that mean?
a cool event.
I don't know what that is. What's that mean, Bio style?
Champagne, Bio, so biodynamic.
Oh, look at you.
And so that's kind of what
we don't use that.
No, but I'm saying that's how they say it here. So they don't even say biodynamic. So
really?
whenever anything is like organic or
because
whatever,
when
they
I
just
think
say
BO, that's body
what they
odor.
call it.
So I'm glad you cleared that up.
Right? No. So BO being BIO.
Okay.
I need to drink that. Is that coffee? I need you to get that caffeine fast.
No, it's tea.
I need
tea.
I need it to go through.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
So for me, this is my second time having attended the events, and the first time was like kind of overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much, so many people, and I was like way more beginner with my French and just like really intimidated in speaking to people, and so I didn't really have a set purpose as far as why I went or where I wanted to go. I was just like, oh wait, Champagne up the street, all right, I'm in.
Okay.
But this year, I had a purpose. I do tours to Reims and Epernay. And so I wanted to make some contacts, get some tourism information and all that for my tours. And then also just wanted to learn more about the smaller producers of champagne. And then get more in depth into some of the flavor profiles and styles based on the different regions. And I was able to do that. Now, one super cool thing I did, and I think you saw this in my Insta story, I was at a dinner the first night, and it was all these people that are like champagne ambassadors or champagne importers, distributors, and so they had a dinner, and we all had to bring a bottle of champagne, and then we wrapped them up, and so they blind tasted them.
Oh my God, that sounds so
So
cool.
in the beginning, the first couple, you know, they savored them and they were like, oh, everybody has to savor their bottle. I was like, no, because I want to leave with all my fingers. And like, this is not the place where I'm trying to learn to savor.
With that?
I have, no. So I'm like, I'm not, no. So I have a friend who works for a champagne brand. And so I'm like, next time I go out there, like me and her are just going to be out in a wide open field, you know, with gloves on, because I'm not cutting my fingers off.
But your
like
fingers
because these people are doing it like right away.
Your fingers don't go near the blade.
Okay. Listen, I will find a way to listen. Me, sharp objects don't work.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Like I don't need no more stitches. Like me and stitches, we're good forever.
Okay. Got it.
Forever. So we're tasting the wines, you know, doing the whole blind thing, tasting, pouring all this. When I tell you, these people are swirling it. Chardonnay for sure. 100% Chardonnay.
Wow.
I think this is from the Montagne de Reims. Yeah. Probably 2006. When I tell you they are getting vintages, they are getting the exact grape makeup, they're getting the region. I'm looking around. They're like, Tanisha, what do you think? I was like, I think it's good. Like, don't come to. I'm like, I'm new.
Difficult to me. Blind tasting champagne.
Blind tasting champagne, and to the point where you're picking out the grapes, because like, okay, it could be Chardonnay. Like Chardonnay is clearly different than Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier.
Yeah.
but I still can't pick it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you gave it to me to taste,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't tasted enough champagne
Yeah.
to be able to pick out the differences.
Right.
So that's something that I was definitely doing while I was there. Like, okay, let me taste the difference between, this and this. So maybe now I might be able to tell, like, okay, if this is a Blanc de Blanc versus a Blanc de Noir versus a just straight up champagne.
Mm-hmm.
But starting to be able to get the differences in the regions, to know where it's from. Oh, this is from the Marne. This is from the Côte d'Ivoire. This is from Bouzy. Yeah. This is from Avis. This is from... What? No, you have to taste thousands of champagnes for that.
Wow. That's amazing.
And you also have to be very specific in like what you drink. I feel like there's so much wine out there. It's really hard to start to be able to know that much about one region, especially on your own. I'm like, you have to work for a brand, a distributor, an importer,
right?
Because a regular person, really, I'm buying that much champagne in my life,
right?
The answer is no. I'm not.
Yeah. So, question: is there like, how would you even go about practicing this? Like, is there a champagne bar that you can go to maybe like once a week and just tell them to start pouring you some champagnes and you can taste? Is that how you're gonna start?
That exists if you want to do that. I think in the States it's probably harder because you have less.
I can imagine doing that here.
Because you have less access to the smaller producers.
And I'd be
like
broke.
You would just be able to get big house. Well, that too. So that too. But you just have access to, Mom, Veuve, Tatange, Ruina. Like you have access to those. But some of these smaller producers from the smaller regions, then, you can't get your hands on that. But you just have to drink a lot, like taste it, assess it, and like take notes and then start comparing it.
Yeah. Wow.
So attending, grand tastings and, tasting through some things.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So, that night I was like, wow, I didn't say a lot. I was just taking pictures like, wow. Like just in awe, like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah. So,
but definitely, go ahead.
No, so my question is, it's like say like a regular old person wants to come to Champagne Week. What should I do?
So it's actually just for the trade and just for industry professionals. Yeah, no problem. But if you wanted to come to Champagne, like you can come to the region and do tours and make appointments at champagne houses, no problem. And hey, Tanisha at girlmeetsglass.com. And, I offer trip planning services and can set you up with appointments and transportation and that kind of thing. But there are a lot of smaller houses that would love to have you come visit, or even the large houses. Yeah. Veuve, Mum, Cazeneuve, Tatange, Palmery, Moet. Like you can schedule tours for these places. And then also in Epernay, there is a fantastic wine bar, Seacombe. And then the wine bar, or Le Wine Bar in France. Like you can go there. And they have several different things you can have by the glass, by the bottle. Drink, get a meat and cheese plate, and, just enjoy your life.
So I have a question. Do you spit when you go to Champagne Week? Because it's champagne.
Right. That's the thing. So you spit because there's so much of it. Now, there were a few I was like, well, I'm actually going to drink this. So my bad. Like, I am really into Chardonnay, French Chardonnay. Sure. And I'm working on a research project that I'll probably start up into this month, beginning of next month on Chardonnay. So one of their events is called Passion Chardonnay. And so they had all the producers that just do Blanc, and they had their Blanc de Blancs. So I tasted maybe like 20, there's like 20 producers there that just straight up Blanc de Blanc. And then you can taste the differences, like sometimes from table to table. But what was most fascinating to me is they also have a vase with their soil in it. So you can look and see the different types of soil. And I can send you some pictures of that, because some of it was like big chunk. Because the thing about soil in French wine regions is not like you think of when I say soil in America. And it's like, oh, this is dirt. Here, it's like rocks. It's no dirt. It's like chunky rocks.
And
So
not many people know that that's the type of soil that wine grapes thrive in.
it thrives in that because
Mm-hmm.
the vines need to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Exactly.
will struggle in that type of
Mm-hmm.
soil.
Yeah.
So this soil is chalky, and so it
Mm-hmm.
looks like chalk.
Right.
But then you can see some of the producers have these big chunks, and
Mm-hmm.
others have smaller, like
Uh-huh.
gravelly ones.
Mm-hmm.
Other ones have like maybe fist-sized
Right.
ones. And then all of that contributes to the flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And how the sizes change depends on where it is, the
Mm-hmm.
slope of the land,
Yeah.
different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
One place I was like, wow, yours are really small, like pebbles compared to everyone else. They were
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, earthquakes, like we've had some other issues. I
Wow.
was like, oh, what? Hmm,
Interesting. Huh.
that's
Wow.
interesting, right? So all of that contributes to the flavors.
That's
Wine is
amazing.
fascinating. I'm sorry, this might be the
It is.
nerdiest
It
one we've
is.
done, but
No,
like
no, seriously.
this is what got me into wine in the first place. Because
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, okay, so wait, it tastes like raspberry and cherry,
Right.
and then I get some apple,
Right.
and then you did what?
How?
And I'm like, so
Why?
wait, where
Yeah.
did you put the right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
so where did you put the raspberries in? They
Mm-hmm.
were like, no, that's the soil. I was like,
Right.
no. I was like, oh, so you grow raspberries in the soil? They were
Right.
like, no, girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were like, oh my God, we do not have time to have this conversation with you. Clearly, Jesus, what?
You know what?
So I was like, let me go read a
Yeah,
book.
right, exactly. I didn't understand for a while when I got into wine how rosé was made. I never understood it, but once I got it, I was like, oh, that's amazing. That is
Amazing.
amazing.
I mean, if some people cheat and mix red and white together,
Yeah,
but
sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's not right. Y'all are cheaters, and y'all are cheaters. Like that's the easy way. Like you
Right.
could mix it. I mean, anytime you
Right.
do something in a lab, you could get it a certain
Right,
way.
right.
But
Mm-hmm.
stop being a cheater.
Oh, so if you guys didn't know, DC does have a Champagne Week. It is,
They do.
yes. It's led by Allison Marriott and what's the other one's name? What's her name?
Jessica Milby.
Yes. And you can follow them on social media, and you can follow DC Champagne Week on Instagram and Facebook, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
their first one was last year, and it was pretty nice. They
Yeah.
had a master class. They had like a dinner, like a food pairing dinner with champagne, and then they had like a grand tasting, and that's what I attended. And it was at the Kennedy Center. It was very, very fancy. It was good. It was good though.
Yeah, and they're doing it again this year because Allison, she was actually somebody that I hung out with at Champagne Week.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was there, working her magic,
Sure.
Allison,
Mm-hmm.
and speaking with some of the producers and getting some of them to sign on for DC Champagne Week.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not going to spill the beans, but
All right.
she got some heavy hitters coming. So
All
y'all need to make sure you get some tickets to that and attend because it's going to be very nice.
That's awesome. So before we go, please tell us about your first time you were judging. You were judging wines, yes.
Yes. So before that, I was on the tasting panel, so serving as like a tasting judge for the Feminalized competition, which is held every year in Beaune, France, which is the heart of the Burgundy wine region of France.
Mm-hmm.
And that was an amazing experience. I judged 39 wines,
Wow.
19 in the morning, and then we broke for lunch, where I just drank some wine at lunch because whatever, it was sitting on the table. Like, what y'all about to do with this? Exactly. So drank that, and then we took a little break because we were supposed to have a field trip, but that ended falsely. Okay. And then we came back, and then I had 20 wines in the afternoon. The crazy thing about the afternoon though was I was sitting in a row of tables that were close to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Something went down in the bathroom.
I don't know what you mean.
And so midway through the tasting, we were all in that section. We're just like,
oh no.
We were like, this isn't the wine. We were like, what's happening? I don't. And you just heard people just frustrated, speaking in all kind of languages. So I'm like, I can't talk to anybody because I don't know how to say these words in your language. But I was like, let me power through. And also tasting is somewhere, like, especially when you're judging, you definitely have to spit because one, your mouth will get tired, your palate will get super tired. And then also you can't get drunk because like I have to write accurate tasting notes.
Right.
because I'm not just assessing these for like me and my notes. Like,
Right.
this is to give them a score so they can get a medal
Mm-hmm.
or not.
Right.
Now I will admit at the end, I was tasting wines from Luberon and Côte d'Aron.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think like maybe the last 3 I drank those.
Okay.
But it was the end of the day. It was.
There was the so was
Don't tell nobody.
Was it separated by region or by grape when you were judging?
It's separated by. I guess everybody gets a different tasting. I mean, everybody gets a different tasting sheet. But the tasting sheet, it started with the region. Did it have the grape? It didn't have the grape. It had the region, and then like maybe the specifics of it, and then it had another column. I have to look back through my photos because I took pictures of the tasting sheet. Pictures. I still have a tasting sheet with me. So yeah. In the morning, I did champagne and rosés from Provence.
Oh, whoa.
And then in the evening,
that is a dream.
And then I had some whites from Burgundy. And then in the afternoon, I had some reds from Burgundy. I had some from Luberon and then some from Rhone Valley.
Wow.
So some of those, like I had Grand Cru and Premier Cru. And I was like, well, I just need to drink just a little more just so I can know for sure what this tastes like.
So question. So when you left, so how many days was the judging? Was it just one?
Just one day.
Okay, so it was just one day. After that day, did you leave and drink wine or did you want a beer?
I wanted a beer.
Okay, yeah, I heard. Yeah. Yes.
So I wanted a beer, and so I went back. I booked a hotel that was just directly across the street. So went back across the street. I found a beer at some little store that was around there, and like just chilled out that night. Right. I actually talked to one of the marketing directors and found out that they were doing a winery tour the next day. And they had a spot open, so I was able to get a spot on that. Wow. So the next day, I went to 2 vineyards. Took the bus with them to 2 vineyards, and had lunch. Well, went to a vineyard, had lunch, went to another vineyard, and then we came back. They took me to the train station, and then I took the train back to Paris.
Wow! Because I know at the at the wine bloggers conference, when we're drinking and tasting wine all day, people just at the end of the day, it's just like, can you just give me a beer? It's not me, but a lot of people just want
beer, a cider, sparkling water. Like you want something effervescent, but something that's not wine. And as much as I love wine, there are times I'm tired of it. There are times that I don't want to drink it. There are times I can't, or I'm just like my palate is exhausted.
Right.
And especially when you are drinking it to analyze it. Like if I'm just drinking it for fun, socially, kicking it, laughing, having fun with friends, that's fine. Yeah. But if I'm really having to concentrate, like, okay, I am getting these notes. The aroma is this. Right. Do I think it is flawed? Is it a 10 out of 10 for the flavor? Is it a 7? What is the nose?
Yeah.
That takes a lot out of you.
It does. We are actually having a show about how to judge wine. And we're going to have a special guest. Yes. I think his name is the Odd Bacchus. And he's going to be on our show later this month. But he's an excellent wine judge. And I met him years ago at the Wine Bloggers Conference. And during, just to give you a feel for what he does, he's a travel writer. And for wine, food, restaurants, hotels, like everything. And at the Wine Bloggers Conference, we do this thing called speed tasting. And that's where you sit around the table and, the winemakers come to your table. It's probably like 10 of them. And they give you one wine, give you a little minute spill on them, and you taste it. Boom. Then the next one comes to your table. So anyway, he is writing actual notes with his laptop at the table while this is going on. No, most of us are just like tweeting, like it, don't like it, whatever. Right. But he's actually,
flat.
Yeah, he is a skilled wine judge where he is actually writing notes in that short period of time, which I could never do. But
no.
So yeah, we're going to have a whole show about that, and it's going to get very wine nerdy, so. That should be
Oh,
exciting.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing I didn't mention, which is like the most important thing about the competition, it's all women judges. So, there have been studies done that say that women are better tasters and have better palates and that kind of thing. So this competition is all women judges.
That's awesome.
And when we went to the wineries the next day, it was women winemakers.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was amazing. And I got to practice a little French at lunch, so I was excited. Because everybody at the table, I was like, oh, we got Americans at the table, so great. But then they spoke French to the winemakers. I was like, oh, so this is what we doing? Okay. All right, let me get it together. So.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I hit him with some words.
So, I'm just curious. Thank you for that recap. That was so interesting. What are you going to do for the rest of your day? I mean, you live in Paris. What are you going to do?
So, it's kind of chilly. So I'm trying not to go out. I actually am working with a friend and we're doing some business planning. So we're doing some crafting of things for Girl Meets Glass and some projects that'll be released soon. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's awesome. That is great.
So that's what I'll do with my day off.
Yay. And we're going to try to do this thing weekly. We're going to try to bang these out weekly.
Piece this thing together.
Yeah. Yes.
When something fun or exciting happens. So,
exactly.
Y'all might not see me again for 5 months.
Really quick. Have you had Brazilian wine?
I have. Yes. I have had them from Salton. I think it's a producer that I've had, and they have the sparkling and a couple of the still ones that I really like.
Yeah, I was invited to a Brazilian wine tasting on Thursday, so it's for a few hours at Fogo de Chao in DC.
Of course, that's gonna be nice. Yeah. So I think that's the one where I met Katie for the first time.
Really? Oh,
Katie Kavanaugh. I think that. Yeah.
Yes. Katie Kavanaugh imports wine from Africa, from South Africa, Brazil, and I forgot somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe Portugal. Does she still?
Maybe.
Or maybe she was working with Portugal.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I need to text her and see if she's gonna be there. That would be fun.
Do that.
Yay.
Yes.
So.
Anything else?
No, I think that is it. Guys, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all of our episodes as a podcast or on YouTube. And I think that's it. This was so fun. Yay.
Yes. I like the little petite shows.
Exactly. It was quick.
Yes, and I'm up and alert.
Right. Exactly. Well, thanks very much, Tanisha. I will see you tomorrow.
Thank you.